Howdy, howdy. My name is John, and this video is my reading wrap-up for the months of October, November, and December of 2023, and then I'll have some end-of-the-year stats for you at the end of the video. The first book I finished was Hasan by Piers Anthony. This is a standalone, and it is a retelling of one of the tales from the 100 Tales of the Arabian Nights. I thought this story was just kind of okay. I mean, I didn't really like the main character all that well. He's not really that bright of an individual. Plus, he does something in the book that he kind of gets away with, and I didn't really care for that. So, this is a decent novel. I gave it 3 stars. If you've never read Anthony before, it's not actually a bad place to start because as it is a standalone, you're not committing to a long series. It's not that long of a book, and it does showcase Anthony's writing style. The next 2 books I finished were Foundation's Edge and Foundation and Earth. These are both by Isaac Asimov, and these 2 novels follow the original Foundation trilogy. In both books, you're actually following the same set of characters throughout, and basically, this is set many, many centuries in the future, and the location of the original planet of humanity has become lost knowledge, and so a group of adventurers set out to find it. Foundation's Edge is really well paced. I really enjoyed reading this story, and I gave it 5 stars. I also enjoyed Foundation and Earth, not quite as much as I enjoyed Foundation's Edge, so I wound up giving it 4 stars. But I do highly recommend reading these. The thing of it is you don't necessarily need to have read the Foundation trilogy before these, although it does help because there's a lot of people that are referred to in a historical manner that it would be helpful. But you also really need to have read some of Asimov's other works as well. I am planning on doing a series review of this, and in that review or some of my other Asimov reviews, I have a suggested reading list. So if you're interested, check out one of those videos and look at the reading list. The next book I finished was the Stygian Collection. This is edited by Holly Rhiannon. It's a collection of various author tubers. Most of them, are kind of leaning toward the horror thing, which isn't really my favorite. But most of them, keep it kind of horror light. So I did enjoy this book. There were 3 of the stories that got 5 stars for me. Majority of the stories got 4, and then the rest of them got 3. And then there were no 2 or 1 star stories in this collection for me. So overall, I gave the book itself 4 stars. And a lot of these authors were actually new to me. I haven't followed their channels before, although some of the stories in here are by authors that I've watched their channel for a long time now. So some of them, like Jeremy Fee, have written other stories that I've enjoyed, and some of them are debut stories for me. For example, Jolene from Bookworm Adventure Girl. So this is just a nice collection of stories from a wide variety of author tubers or booktubers that I recommend you checking out. Like I said, overall, I gave the book 4 stars. The last book that I finished is Brian Froud's Goblins, and it has text by Ari Berk. Brian Froud drew all of the drawings in here. And so you get illustrations like this. This particular page happens to be 2 goblins that are named, and like this page has a little description of what kind of mischief these goblins cause. My favorite goblin is this one right here. Her name is Osirida, and what this goblin does is anytime a man gets in front of the refrigerator, She takes away whatever it is he's looking for. And then when he gets to his wife to come and look for it, she puts it back right in front so the wife can quickly point at it and go, well, there it is. The illustrations are really great. The author tries to be funny and occasionally succeeds. Um, so overall, I gave this book 4 stars. One last thing is on the back of the book, it has a very good instructions. I'll read those off. In the event of pandemonium, immediately buy more books. Works for me. All right, now for some end of the year stats. This year, I finished 25 books. Now, this is way less than I have in years past. For example, last year, I finished somewhere around 75 books, somewhere along in there, 72, 75. But this year, well, I've been a bit distracted. 5 of those books were rereads. Those were all books in the Foundation series by Isaac Asimov. The original 3 in the trilogy, and then the 2 books that come after the trilogy. I gave 2 books 5 stars. Again, both of those were Foundation books by Isaac Asimov. I gave 15 books 4 stars. 3 of those were rereads, again, Foundation series. I gave 6 books 3 stars, no rereads. I gave 2 books 2 stars, with again no rereads. I did not have any books that were 1 star, and I did not have any books that I started and did not finish. So while it wasn't a high volume of books, I had a pretty good quality of books this year. I do want to give a special shout out to Read by Fred. Um, Earlier, he mentioned on his community tab that I was close to 300 subs, and he made a push to get my subscriber count to over 300, and that campaign worked. So I'm sitting at just over 300, have been for about a month now. So a special thank you to Fred for that shout out. And I know there have been others as the year has progressed who have mentioned my channel as well, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Overall, it's been a pretty good 2023 for me, and I hope it has been for you as well. Best wishes for your 2024. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.